I got Billy, the legend, back on the channel, and today we're going to be cloning an app. So we put it out there on X to see what apps we should clone, and I think we've come to a decision to build Momento. Billy, you want to give a little background on what Momento is and what it does?
Yeah. Hey, Nick, I think we should rename this series like Two Monkeys Build an App because
Yeah.
we're really just kind of figuring stuff out here and I'm having fun. Memento is a mobile app that pipes in sports data so you can mark anytime you've gone. Like if you go to a baseball game, be like, I saw the Nats play the Braves. You can put that in. It'll pull in the score data for you. And it'll pull in like what stadium it is, like how many people attended the game. It's like a collectathon, basically. You can see all the stadiums you've been to. You can see I've been to 10 Nats games ever. I've been to 5 Commanders games and kind of stack them up and just collect. And you can send those like to your friends. It makes a nice little shareable card that embeds everywhere. I think it's a really cool app. I don't know how many people use it. I know Alexei Ohanian, I think it's his app, like he led the round or like founded it. Shout out UVA. He's a fellow UVA guy. So
Had to get that in there.
Yeah. So we're thinking that we're gonna try to clone Memento, but for visiting cities. I'll go on a trip and like usually you just come away with Apple like cloud that everyone just kind of haphazardly throws photos in and you don't really go back to it. So I was thinking if we went to a city with some friends, we could each like put one photo in and then I could see like, it's kind of like a passport for going to different cities. You can see how many times you've been to wherever, like to Houston, or look back on specific trips for different cities.
Yeah, it's like Snapchat memories or even like the memories in your iPhone, right? Like when one of those pops up, you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this. And you send to your friend. If you have that all in an app, I think that there's like a lot of viral factors of that as well. Like we were talking about, it's similar to Strava in the sense of like people want to be able to, one, look back on what they did, and like two, also brag to their friends. Like when I get like a notification of one of my friends just ran like 10 miles this morning, I'm like, like kind of makes me feel bad a little bit. But like at the same time, like that's sort of why you do it. You want people to know, but I think this idea is really cool. And I think with a V1 of, just the states that you've been to, and are we going to make it so that we can upload pictures on it? What are your thoughts there?
I don't know. Like the Memento thing, I'll show you just pretty much like it's really clean. You pretty much, it just generates like this card and like you can see like the capital. I don't know if it's like based on city or based on team, what image they use, or I think we should just try to get there, like generate a nice little card and like kind of tracks them in a nice dashboard. Are you think it's state or city? I was thinking city, but could roll up to state a little bit.
Maybe we start with state and then
Cool.
and then we do city in like V2, or depending on how complicated it is. And yeah, I think the biggest part is the dashboard. Like if you log in and you see like a map lit up with all the different states you've been to, or once we get to cities, if we have something we could do there, I think that will be sort of like the viral factor. Like already thinking backwards of like the TikTok video you're going to make for this, that's sort of like the money shot of like pulling that up and being like, look at all the states I've been to is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, cool.
All right. I'll pull up ChatGPT here first, and we could build the prompt out.
Okay, cool.
So this is Momento's landing page for the fans of records. Track your games and concerts with Momento for every moment. I do like their landing page here. I think they could come up with a better tagline here for the fans of goats. But okay, so I'm going to say I'm just going to say I want to build a clone of, but instead of tracking sports games, I want to track let's start with states I've been to.
Are we stupid? Like, should it be like countries even?
No, that's too big, I think.
Okay, cool.
Let's just do states for now. And then I think actually the more granular we get with like cities afterwards is actually going to make it even better. Okay. I want to track the states I've been to. Should we build this as a web app first? Just as V1?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be a web app that we build on Replit, and I need your help making the prompt.
So for those of you following along at home, kind of the idea here is we're going to just make it work in Replit as a web app, and then maybe just start a new Replit using like their mobile app framework. And after that, we'll know like how it works, like how all the APIs work, how the screen should work. It'll just be easier that way.
Yep. What do we think for V1 features here? So I'm saying like a dashboard that shows all the states you've visited.
Yeah, I'm DMing you screens right now from the Momento app. If you
Okay.
want to take a look, this might be helpful. So there's going to be like an input screen, right? Where you can add a state and what day you went there. Maybe like how long was the trip if you want. And then a dashboard that like nicely displays all the states you've been to, how many times, and that you can click into individual trips. When you click into individual trips, you get a card that has like a unique picture or icon for the state, the time, like when you went, basically, on the card too. Kind of like a nice ticket.
Yep. So basically like the social share feature and build out like the actual image, right? Is like what we want as a V1 feature.
Yeah.
A shareable image with all of the details about the trip. What do we want on that card? Maybe it could be something like I visited Oklahoma in 2025, something like that.
Could show like the
That's
trip length, like how many days you spent there. I think a nice thing could be if you spent 7 days there, do 7 little pips or like dots just to make each card kind of unique.
Visual representation of the state you went to, what dates, and how long. Okay, so we got the dashboard, the shareable image. Anything else we want to put there for V1?
I think that's good to start. I have a lot of ideas for like V2, but that's good to start.
Feel free to suggest other things we should include in the prompt. Okay, let's see what Mr. 40 gives us here. Got
Mr.
it.
40. I wonder if E40 uses the 40 model.
Maybe not. Most likely. Be willing to bet not. Build a web app that tracks the U.S. states a user has visited. The app should have a clean, mobile-friendly design and prioritize social shareability. The core features should include... Okay, so I should probably change this because we don't want to start with a mobile priority. Let's start with a web priority. I mean, this is a mobile app, but it's just going to be easier to build on web to begin with.
Exactly. And I think with getting into gestures and stuff, like, is hard right out the box.
Yeah. So can you switch this to a web?
And I would make sure to say like HTML, CSS, JS front end. Like we don't need to say that.
Yeah, we can just not copy that. Design should feel modern, fun, and clean. Think minimal Apple style UI meets Instagram shareability. I like that. Okay.
I like the idea of like Leaflet or one of those packages for a map. Like maybe that'll be more of like a cities thing, but like you could put like an outline of the map, or that could be like a big map on your dashboard that shows where you've been. I don't know. Maybe that's V2.
Yeah, let's see here. Want me to also write up the file structure? No, we're doing too much here.
This is good.
So
right?
let's take this. Probably don't need the emojis here, but maybe Replit will appreciate those.
Are you going to throw it in Replit or am I going to?
What do you want to do?
Why don't you do one and I'll just kind of massage the prompt and do one on my side too.
Okay, that works.
Compare.
Go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to take out login achievements. I like that.
Yeah.
That's solid. Because you want to, like, at the end of the day, you want to gamify this. That's exactly what Memento does. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start building. Okay, so it's giving me the first plan here. App plan, build the initial prototype. Would you like to include any of these additional features? We can also make changes later. Progress meter showing percentage of states visited. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Public trip gallery with shareable links. Let's hold off on that. Achievement system, Tens Club. Yeah, that's perfect. Just like Strava. SQL database integrated for persistent storage. What do you think there? It's above my pay grade.
Yeah, we need that.
Visual preview. Okay. Approve and start. All right, you getting ready to put yours in Replit?
Yeah, I'm just about done typing here. I'm at the very end. The app should emphasize clean, modern UI and gamification. Write a PRD for me to hand over to my AI engineer. And I'm going to go ahead and just YOLO and do cities for mine.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of fixated on that. So
you just had to,
breaking the rules.
You just had to one up me is what it really was. That's fine.
No, what we're going to find is probably that yours is easier to get to because it'll be simpler. I'm sure mine will go wrong in some fun way.
Maybe What is
Look at
it?
this.
Oh, but like, what is that? Okay, it's building the United States, right?
Is it? It's building.
Look, because I think that's the outline of the states. I
That
think
looks like Cali, and we have California and Florida. Oh, now we got
or
Utah.
parts of them.
This is weird.
Yeah, it's
This is like how AI like visualizes space.
oh, this is funny.
This is interesting. ChatGPT gave me a PRD with like milestones, like milestone 1 to 2 weeks, auth plus city search plus trip logging. I told it this is for an AI engineer.
Yeah, maybe just say Replit.
Okay.
It's probably. I mean, AI engineer could be an engineer that knows AI, or it could be an actual AI engineer.
I see. Okay. No, this is for an autonomous agent. Please write it as such.
I gotta say, I like what I'm seeing so far. This is pretty sweet. Visited both coasts.
Oh, the achievement system.
Yeah, those are nice.
That's very cool.
Now we just got to get some confetti in here.
And the cool thing is, you could go, because we're not going on cities. We're narrowing down to states. You could go sell this to a state's like tourism department and be like, hey, do you want to be a part of this app? Like, you could generate QR codes or something that people have to scan or collect, or to go to like different landmarks in your state.
That's interesting. Yeah. How you would monetize this. One thought is like when you go on Waze and it says like Subway right there because they sold an ad package to Subway.
Yeah.
Now, as a sales guy, I know those are hard to sell, but that's like big time money, especially if you can prove if you have enough users. I mean, the most straightforward way is probably if you can get a lot of traffic here. Well, sorry, if this is a web app first and this is not an iPhone app, you could definitely, if you get enough traffic here, you could just do AdSense.
Okay.
But if this is an iOS app and you just take sort of the Cal AI or the viral app playbook, this is probably like $1.99 a month type of product that you sell for $25 a year and just try to make it go viral on TikTok is what I think.
I think that's great. Yeah. I think you pointed this out early on that like it'll help people on TikTok or like short form or like off like to their followers, because a lot of people are like lifestyle influencers, like travel influencers.
Yeah, now that I think of it, there are so many influencers that you could get to promote this.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's quit our jobs and just do that. Okay, I am booting up Replit, and I've also gone kind of sneaky and pasted it into V0, Lovable, and Bolt, just because I haven't used any of those in a while. I don't want to see what they come up with. So we're going to have a lot of prototypes, Nick.
How many screens you got?
I just got one screen.
Just one screen? Should get like a screen for each of your different agents.
I need to, dude. Okay, back to the task at hand. I'm going to share screen real quick.
Is yours built? Yours is built mobile first, right?
It
looks like it.
Web app with mobile optimization.
Okay, because that menu at the bottom is mobile.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. What do you think of this?
I think that looks sick.
Cool.
Although my only gripe with it is that it looks like you're about to book a trip. It looks like a hotel booking app, right?
You're correct.
That might be what it's going off of. If I were to redesign it, as soon as you log in, it would have a map of the country. It could be in like this sleek design, like blacked out, and then have like a bright orange or whatever the color is for the ones that you've already visited.
So
is that a picture of you? There's no way it pulled a picture of you, is it?
I think it's just a dude. I don't know where it pulls its like placeholder pictures from. So the thing I forgot to do was I took screenshots of the Memento app and put them into ChatGPT and then asked for a PRD. I put the PRD into all of these apps, but I forgot to attach screenshots and say like clone this. So I wonder if that would have made a difference. Let's go to V0. Interesting. It wants me to create a super base. Let's skip for now. Let's go to Lovable. Okay, Lovable's writing. Well, see what? Bolt's already got a problem, bro. Come on. You're starting from scratch here. Okay, Replit gets you to like a preview first. And I think I started after these. But I like the V0 asked me to like make a super base. What's going on your end on your Replit?
Honestly, nothing has changed since I gave you the screen.
Is it still kind of grinding away?
Creating components. So it says it's still creating the mapped data. It's taking a long time.
Interesting. It does take a while to get that first thing going.
Really does. If you're on slow Wi-Fi, sometimes it'll just halt. Like before it even starts building the app.
Really?
Like if I'm in a coffee shop, it'll sit there for 30 minutes. Sometimes you just got to pause and restart the agent, I feel like.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna show V0. Check this out. Or this is lovable actually. It's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
nifty. This looks less like a commerce, like you're saying.
Yeah, it still does. And maybe it's just the previews of the recent trips. Like September 19th to September 24th, 2023 looks like a trip. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is a trip. That's exactly what it is. I might just be overthinking it, but it does
Okay.
look like a trip booking app to me.
So I'm gonna say update the UI to make it look less like a marketplace and more like a vacation collectible and collect the phone app, like these screenshots from the sports Memento app. See what Lovable does. Dude, look at this. I don't know. Have you ever used Bolt?
It's been a while. I used it like when it first started getting traction, like, I don't know, 6 months ago.
Yeah, I haven't used it in months either, and I see why.
I see it popping up a lot more on like my timeline and people using it, but I'm also wondering if that's because they're currently sponsoring a lot of builders. And so
I mean, I had a
they're-
buddy who was making a simple, like, just like landing page, a kind of interactive quiz, and he really liked Bolt, and he cranked it out in like a day. So I don't know, different strokes.
yeah, I know. It's like if you host your newsletter on Beehive versus ConvertKit, like you can like different features or certain things, but like they both do the same thing, really.
Yeah, this is so sick that like all of these apps just give you free credits.
Is that what you're building on? That's what I was gonna say. Do you have subscriptions to just like Lovable and Bolt and all these?
No, I have Replit and like Cursor and Windsurf. Okay, Lovable is refactoring. Oh, check this out.
What do we got?
We had some good work here. So I told it to make it look less like Airbnb. And look at this.
Wow.
It's like, dang. Like
That
what I
looks
said.
so good. Looks so good.
Definitely.
I like that.
Let me do a Replit, need to prompt with that.
Yeah, I like that so much better than the previous version where it essentially looks like a travel booking app.
Yeah. This looks really good. I don't know what's going on with this button here, but should we, I guess, yeah, maybe see if we can add something, how functional it is. Where do we go?
Kansas City?
Damn, I guess we didn't.
Not quite.
Make the add new trip search function work. Do you have an API in mind? Okay, and Replit is, it's like kind of past the first part, but he's still going. V0 is generating a whole bunch of stuff for me. The UI in here is pretty cool. Like it looks nice. Okay, existing, okay. Mock data. So that's the problem now. I'm not familiar with Lovable, but I wonder if it just will always do mock data, because I feel like with Replit, it usually tries to get you to a working solution first and not just mock data. Okay, so I'm going to quit on the bolt by bolt. Is your guys still spinning?
Mine is determining next steps.
All right, I'm going to go back to my screen share. See what Mr. Replit's got. Oh my goodness.
That's a bummer.
Do I even have a sign up page? Log in. Wait, what? How does the citation work? How can I sign fast? One thing I've noticed too is, okay, it made a database, but sometimes the agent doesn't make a database right away, even though it says it's going to. Well, OAuth cannot work because I haven't set up a Google, you have to set up a Google like cloud project. Oh, enter any email address, johnsmith@gmail.com. I really like that. Okay, here's what, so this is like the Replit V1.
You want to hit inspect and change it to mobile, see what it looks like?
iPhone 14 Pro. Okay. No, it looks way nicer. But it's still doing the search. Oh wait, how it works. Well, it's authentication. So we need to find out, how does the city search work? Do you have API in mind for a list of cities? And maybe I should have asked ChatGPT that.
All right, I'm getting ready to just start a whole new app because this thing is absolutely broken.
So this is cool. When you search for a city, application checks the database first. If it's found, those results are immediately returned. API is backup. If no matches are found in our database, the application falls back to using an external API. We're using GeoDB via Rapid API. Okay, so this is something that like I should have been using all along, but basically, what?
It's for like cities and city data.
the GeoDB is, but what Replit API is, it just kind of like aggregates all of these public APIs so you can like super easily use them.
Get all of them.
Having to like make accounts for every single one.
Interesting.
And then you could do pricing here all through one app. It's very sick.
I'm going to share my screen real quick here. So I just restarted a whole new app. It's funny, like all of these AI tools, you can give it the same exact instructions twice and it'll build a completely different looking app. It's just like how it's feeling. But I actually kind of like this better. Let's see, it's building the map out, and that's sort of where it got stuck last time. But my US progress, dashboard, my trips, view all
if you're
trips.
building a real app, like there's probably a existing like component library that you could import for a US map or like any map.
Yep, I
Just
think
like
so.
not even like a real map, but maybe just like the icons.
I think you'd want to give it this a little more of like a wireframe of like go off of this rather than just free ball it. It doesn't know what the United States looks like. These states are not correct.
Dude, this is so fun.
I gave it an image. It said, I apologize. I don't see an actual image. What do you mean you don't see an actual image? Trying to finish
a map of the US.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh, the API works.
Wow.
Check it. Look at that. Boom. We added a day. Let's just say it was like a weekend trip. Fun trip. Oh, that hurt. Okay. So it's not connected to our database correctly.
All right. It's creating the share cards right now. Is what it's telling me.
So what's the situation with your?
It's actually like, I see it's doing work. So I won't fire this one. But so it's listing out all the states. It's building a library of the states. That's pretty cool.
My app, for some reason, is pulling in the latitude and longitude of the cities.
Why would I need that?
No.
Probably doesn't.
No, it probably doesn't. It's just like little dumb tweaks like that you have to fix.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't know where, but we're going somewhere.
Dude, you can see this.
Show me.
This is so cool. Okay. I got my stats. One city visited, one country, one trip, 3 travel days, most visited city. I've got a badge with no emblem. And then I've got my trip down here.
I like that. Wow.
Trip Memento. So it doesn't have like the super cool styled cards or anything, but like the functionality is there.
Yeah, the add trip there is like super simple.
Like we would
Oh,
probably
Pull all that up. Wow.
We would probably want to make it show the state first if it's in the US, do something like that, and then make sure there's not duplicates maybe. Like if somehow Vegas is in here twice. Maybe there's a Las Vegas in another state. Like I feel like Pennsylvania would have a Las Vegas for no reason.
Yeah, and then you'll probably want to add your pictures, right? I think we took that out for V1. And then V2 would also, like the whole network effect here is that you can add your friends on here.
Yeah.
So you'd have I guess you'd have a feed then, right? This is essentially just a social media app where the next tab right next to add trip is going to be like my feed. Or actually, it's probably going to be the home. Going to be all my friends that recently took trips. And this is going to work because everyone likes to flex what they're doing, how many states they visited. As soon as someone gets somewhere on their Instagram story, it's like you drop the location there just to like flex a little bit, let people know that you're traveling.
And imagine like a cool visualization of all your friends' trips or yours. It's just like a globe with like little airplane trails going like where you went on your trips.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
cool
that
like
is.
that.
Yeah. And then you upsell them into the e-commerce product where you can print this out and you can fill it all in. Oh, man.
There's so many ways, man. Like there's the local tourism thing, like I said, with the state one. There's travel in itself. Like, man, that would be kind of annoying for UX though. So like, I like the e-com side.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking there's tons of people that try to start apps where it's like, know the best things to do in this town, right? Like I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I know there's an app here where they've sold a bunch of the local business owners. I don't know how much the local business owners have paid, but it's like to get listed in their app. I think that's actually a very hard sell. We both know with local newsletters, like selling local businesses is not ideal, but it's another way. You could say like, hey, everyone that uses this app and goes to like San Diego, you're going to show up on the app as like the top things to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think like just $2 a month, like you said, like that, like Flighty, an app I would think of. Like people pay for that, and it just takes in like your flight information and makes it pretty and easy to use.
Yeah. Have you tried going down like the Cal AI or the Quitter funnels from like a TikTok video to subscribing?
No.
So their pricing structure is like pretty genius. It's like $6 or $8 a month, something in that area. And then it's $25 for the year. So it's like, okay. I think they've said it before, but most of their users end up just doing the yearly because it's like, okay, should I just pay for 2 months or should I just get the year? And it's essentially the same.
That's smart. Probably less churn after a year for sure. Like people forget.
100%. Like there used to be this face swap app, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, and it was like $20 for the year. And I subscribed to it, and then it refreshed the next year. And I was like, oh, dang it. Like, there's no way I would have subscribed to that again, but like, I just totally forgot. And I bet their churn is super low just because of that. Not necessarily because like people are going in and like resubscribing, but it's just like, you just forget what you're subscribed to in the App Store.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is like predatory, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not here to judge.
I do like, if it's like a cheap app too, like it's nice to get it for like a whole year and not, because it's like you might not use an app. It might be better. I think it's probably better for consumers like to pay $20 a year than maybe like $5 a month.
Yeah. The other thing that Cal AI does, and so does Quitter, the Quitter app. It's like for porn addiction.
No.
Yeah, they're like similar viral playbook. When you initially sign up for the app, you don't just like put in your login initials. You go through a survey or through like a funnel, essentially, where it's like, ask all these questions. What are your goals? Like, what have you done in the past? What's your current state? Like, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight, muscle? And it takes you like 5 minutes to get through this survey. So like, you are locked in by the time that you get to the end of it. And like, you want to see results. So you want to see basically what they're going to tell you. And then I think with Quitter, you have to actually create an account or pay to like view your results or actually use the app, which you could do here as well. It's like, click all of the states that you've been to. Okay, we put these all on a map. Now, like, what are your preferences? Now, do you have like anywhere that, like, what are your goals? Do you want to like visit all the 50 states, blah, blah, blah. And then like, okay, now sign up, but it's going to be $25 to sign up. Or like, 7-day free trial, put in your credit card, something like that.
I love it.
So there's some ideas there of like how you could charge for this app, like what you could put behind the paywall, or you just straight up put it behind a paywall and say you get 7 days free.
Yeah. Or I mean, the obvious thing is kind of the only thing is like limiting how many trips you can do, or limiting, or maybe, okay, here's a good one. Like I think I've seen this before in apps where you log a bunch of stuff, but then like it doesn't let you log stuff like past like 6 months ago. I don't know.
Yep. I know QuickBooks does that. Like they won't let you see your bank data like past like 18 months or something without their like premium tiers.
But then also like, honestly, we should study this Memento app because I've never paid for it. I don't even know how they make money, if they make money.
Let's see. Shop. Oh, well, they have apparel. It's not how they make money though.
They have a music.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, they have a partnerships tab on their website. So it could be that they're going B2B on this and they're trying
selling
to get
data to stadiums and sports teams would be my guess, so they could sell tickets.
Yeah, selling data or getting some affiliate fee. Can you buy tickets through this app?
Oh, I don't know. I like the data play because it's like a no-brainer for like a front office or whatever ownership company to buy the data, but like you need to get tons of users for that to like make you money.
You do. I feel like that's kind of like a VC play because then you're going out and you're trying to collect as many users as possible.
Okay,
we can wrap it right there. I think that yours came out the best. You want to show yours one last time?
Yeah. Am I 2-0?
Well, I don't know if we say that you won the last one. I think you're the prettier looking app, but okay. And like whether or not you cheated, I mean, that's up for a discussion because I thought we were building a web-based app, but I don't know. Not here to judge either.
I think I did cheat. I think I'm 2-0 on cheating. Okay. This is the app. This is the home screen, which kind of looks just like your profile screen, but maybe with other users, it's a feed. We don't know. Everything's too dark, but the trip functionality worked. So let's see what New York comes up with. Got New York City. Only one. That's good. New York in the UK. Oh, I wonder if that's like the state. And then we can pick a date to memorialize our trip to New York that didn't happen. Boom. It's all super clean. Concrete jungle. Bang.
Where dreams are made of. Beautiful.
3 trips, and it's already updated. Recent trip here. I don't think it would be very hard to clean these up and make them look pretty. If we could port this code, I mean, this could be on the App Store like tomorrow. Cool.
You think? Okay. I'm going to share my screen real quick. It's still taking a screenshot of everything, so it's like not interactive right now.
Got it.
But this is essentially where we got to. I'm just going to have to keep prompting it here. It's like fixing the map component and everything. But like the actual, it just took it away. It doesn't, here we go. Wait a second. Okay. One last thing, because now I have states. Those states don't really work, but the states are there. Okay. So once I say that I visited one, look at that.
Yours looks, it looks pretty.
Yep. Okay. I don't hate it.
Oh,
Pretty nice. Look at that. That's what yours is missing, I think. The dashboard with like the states and just like the cool feel there. But
yeah, and it's real dark. I guess gloomy. Yours is.
I guess we'll call it a tie then. All right. This is fun, dude.